Breakthrough, episode 86. I'm here with Chace Freeman. How's it going, man?
I'm good, bro. How are you, man?
Pretty good, man. So can you introduce yourself for the audience? So give them your socials, anything else.
I'm Chace Freeman. I'm from New Haven, Connecticut. My socials is Chace Freeman, Chace Freeman, and that's on all platforms, even streaming platforms. So check me out.
Fire. So what was life like before you actually got into the music scene?
Well, I used to play basketball a lot. I was kind of always interested in music,
Yeah.
but I never really saw myself actually diving into it. Mainly because had stage fright heavily. Like I never like being in front of people. Like right now, I'll be freaking out. Like right now, and it's just over the call. You feel me? Like it was bad. So yeah, it was just that. Just clowning around, really playing games. Regular kid stuff,
So
simple stuff.
you were more introverted back in the day?
Introverted when it came to expressing myself. I was introverted, but I was always talkative. Like I could talk to anybody, but when it comes to showing myself, nah.
Okay. Makes sense. But when you were growing up, who were your influences? Both musically and not musically.
I wouldn't really say anybody musically was, from my knowledge right now, was really influencing me at that time, because I wasn't really into music. I'll probably say the person that probably was influencing me the most was LeBron. I was a huge LeBron fan back then. Yeah, I was a huge LeBron fan back then. So probably LeBron. Definitely.
So when did you actually start getting into the music scene?
I actually started getting in the music scene, I believe, roughly 4 or 5 years ago. Probably around well, actually, no, I'm lying. Actually, no. I started music in 2015. I was making beats with Robinson from Out of Tune.
Yeah.
He taught me how to make beats. So I started off with beats. I didn't start getting into the scene, like knowing about the scene, till about probably 2 years ago. So 2017, 18-ish.
Okay. Yeah, that's right around the time that we started too. I think we were like August 2017, something like that. That's when we started the breakthrough. Somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, something. Yeah, I can't even remember it. It feels like so long ago.
Yeah, right. Everything starts fading together. It's the memories. But yeah, I feel that. So, what actually inspired you to call your name Chace Freeman? Is that your real name, or did you switch it for a stage name?
It's actually not my real name. Everybody think my name is actually Chace, but it's actually not. It's actually came from Travis Scott. Was my musical influence once I started doing music, and like a lot of people don't know that his name not even Travis. Like it's actually like Jock Webster, something like that.
Yeah,
that's actually his real name.
Okay, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's not even his real name. So when I saw that, I'm like, what? Like that's not his name. Like he looked like his name is Travis. That's what I'm like, oh wow. So then I did research on how did he come up with Travis Scott, and come to find out his nickname is Travis. So that was his favorite uncle. So paying homage, he called himself Travis. Scott came from Kid Cudi, because Kid Cudi first name is Scott Mescudi. So I was like, oh, that's fire. So he's paying homage to his uncle, a family member, and so I was like, word. So then what happened was I was trying to come up with names, and I was in the shower one day. I remember, this is crazy. I was like, yo, I want to pay homage to Travis. So then I was like, I can't use Travis or Scott, because I just can't. Nah, that just doesn't fit me. And then I always used to name Chace, and then his tour DJ, his name is Chace B. So I was like, ooh, that's still paying homage to him. So I was like, I should call my name Chace, but instead of CHASE, make it unique and put CE. So CHSE. So then when I was sitting there, I'm like, let me see if somebody has his name already. Somebody did. So I was like, So then how Freeman came into play, a couple of days later, I was talking to my uncle, and then my uncle was just like, I just want to let you know, if you need a name, use Freeman, because you're free to do whatever you want. And I was just like, word, I like that. So I was like, Chace Freeman. So then I just put together, I looked it up on SoundCloud, Instagram, all that, and I literally had all the domains. I was like, oh, this is it. I'm locked in. This is my name now, officially. It's done. So yeah, that's how I came up with Chace Freeman.
People don't realize you got to do that, because I was just talking to my girlfriend the other day, and I was like saying that like you go on some people's pages and it's like you can't tell. There's like 10 of the same person with the same, or different people with the same name, or you click on one person's page and it has two different people's music playing. Like
Exactly.
you want to make sure, especially domains, you want to make sure you can brand yourself with that.
Exactly. And that was like one of the biggest things. I do not want to be paired up with why is my lip itchy? Oh, scratching my lip, like what the heck? Yeah, I just want to have my own thing. I didn't want to get confused with somebody else, you know what I mean? Because it could be an opportunity. Somebody hears me live, they want to hear my stuff, and they can't find it because it's 100 million other chases, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I didn't want to potentially lose a fan or potentially lose opportunity by that. So that was something big. I always wanted to be my own thing. So yeah,
unique. That's huge.
yep, definitely.
So let's start getting into your projects. So in 2019, you released Bandit. So can you just talk about the process of going through making Bandit?
Okay, Bandit was one of them projects where it was like I never did a project before. It was honestly, I feel like that project was just the mindset I had was kind of going in just to show people that I'm versatile. That was really the point of Bandit. And I know I started the whole 841 thing. Everybody's like, what is 841? Like, what is that? Or then I started the whole Bandit moniker. Everybody like, what is Bandit? Like, what the heck is that? And just to break into that, because it still goes with the project, 841 is basically, well, now it's actually my team. So now it's like an official thing. 841 is like just balanced numbers. It's supposed to stand for like just being a rebel, being yourself, like not letting people stop you type of thing. You know what I mean? Like that's really what I wanted 841 to be. Like just so that people could feel like a cult type following thing. Where it's like people could scream 841 and like that. And then Bandit is basically the Chace that's blunt and don't care about nothing. He says whatever he wants. So anytime you hear a vulgar person on the track, it's most likely Bandit. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's how I did the Bandit tape. So that's why certain tracks you'll hear deep voice, and then some tracks you won't hear deep voice. The deep voice is Bandit, the regular voice is me. So yeah, so the track, yeah. So yeah, I didn't think about it.
You
Yeah,
know,
I'm right. Dang, it feels so long ago. I can't remember.
I mean, it's all the way back in February 2019. So like I can imagine
Yeah.
recording it, that's probably all in 2018. So you're like sitting there like,
Actually, fun fact. Actually, I actually didn't record it all 2018. What happened was I was sitting. It was like probably November 2018. I was sitting there just chilling with Vaughn because Vaughn is actually my engineer. A lot of people don't know that. So I was sitting with my engineer, and I'm just like, "Yo, I want to do a project," and he's just like, "That's mad random." Like, all right, what is it? I was like, "I don't know, but I just want to start recording mad stuff and let's just make a tape." And he was just like, "All right." So then, literally those next 2 months, I just created this tape, and then January we spent mixing it, and then we dropped it in February. That's literally how the tape went. It just was recording and then releasing.
but that's dope.
Yeah, literally. And we literally sat one day, like one whole day, and just sat in there recording every single song, writing every single song, all that.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah.
So talk about making energy with Vaughn.
How that came about was I already had energy probably 4 months before I even had Vaughn even consider being on it.
Yeah.
I only had like my verse, not even had my verse yet. I only had the chorus actually. And then the day that me and him sat in the studio making Bandit, for some reason I was just like, I never did a song with you because me and him went to school with each other ever since like high school. So I knew him for a while. He always did music. So once I made him my engineer, it was just like, let's just do a song together. So then we did that song, and yeah, I was just like, yo, throw a verse on it. And he was just like, all right, like I haven't rapped in like a minute, but all right. I was like, yeah, do it, bro. Why not? And then it came out to that, and then everybody freaking loved it, and I was like, that's fire. So yeah, that's how that came about.
And then the song that actually got me, Vibes with Taji.
Taji, okay, now that story's crazy. So Taji also I went to high school with. So all three of us know each other. Like we all went to high school with each other and graduated with each other. So and we all were a part of the same group, which back then it was called FAR. So what happened was I did vibes. I had the beat. I bought it from a person. I think he lives in. I forgot where he lives in. It's either Germany or I can't remember. But I bought it from him. His name is Petrovsky. Yeah, Petrovsky. And I bought it from him. And once I heard the beat, I know that Taji loves those type of beats. Instantly sent it to him. Didn't even do nothing to it. Just sent it to him. Was like, yo, you rocking with this? He came back with fire emojis. Sent it all to him. Then that night, I literally recorded my verse, the chorus, everything in like, 20 minutes. So my verse and everything is 20 minutes. And then sent it to him, and then he did his part. But it took him a little bit to do it, but it don't matter. It still got done. It's still a masterpiece for me. So yeah, that's something I sing about.
Yeah, I remember that was the first time I heard you. It was just like scrolling on my timeline and saw it and clicked on it, and I was like, whoa, okay, now this is a hit. Nah, bro. And then I remember seeing it at the Plug event too, and like performed. I was just looking at that when I was doing my research. I was like,
the Plug event?
What was it? The Breeds event. It was.
Oh yeah. Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang, I forgot about that.
Okay, so talking about all the stuff from Bandit, what were the key takeaways from that whole process?
One of the takeaways was honestly I'll probably say just learning how to actually create a full project. It took, because I never knew how to do it, so it took learning how to actually synchronize everything, making sure everything flows, learning how to actually make stuff cohesive, doing the artwork, how the promotion gotta be. Just was the first step of all that. Just taking all the notes I can, and also being open to making mistakes. So that was really it. What I took from it, and I know the mistakes I made. So yeah, that's really it.
So what ended up making Case Study Purple, the whole process, different than Bandit?
All right, so Case Study Purple, oh my gosh. That process is like, I really am upset that I never documented that process, because that process, oh man. So the difference is, one, it's just experimenting. I just was like, I need to experiment more. If I want more, hold on, sorry about that. I had to pick off this plug. It's too much noise outside. But what happened was with that, I just wanted to experiment more, because Bandit was more of a generic album. I just want to like catchy stuff, catchy lyrics, things like that, just to try to get people on board to see that I could do anything and I could do everything. So yeah, that's basically it, just experimenting.
Nice. So we were talking earlier, and you were saying how "Go Home" was actually a pre-release single for the project. So how did you go about making that with Sick Curl?
Oh, okay. What happened with that was I hit him up randomly and was like, I want to work on a song. I've been wanting to work with him for a while now. This number keeps calling me. Worked for a while now, and what happened was we tried to link up. It was originally another song. That's the one thing a lot of people don't know. It was originally another song. What happened was I got the beat. The beat was a collab between two producers. One of the producers I know personally, the other one I didn't. But what happened was trying to get the stems from the other guy, we couldn't get in contact with him. Yeah. So we worked on a song that was basically nothing, but Say didn't get to put his verse. So once Say found out and heard what happened, he was like, oh, like my bad, like, oh, that's crazy. So you know what, just come by the Tune Studio. We'll cook up a beat right then and there and just work. So I was like, all right, cool. Pulled up one day. We started cooking the beat up, vibed a bit. Started cooking up the beat. And then it was like literally one thing. Like it didn't take we didn't do no extraness. It was literally like B just made the beat. Like it was just like that. Once we heard it, I was like, that's fire. So then we just started vibing. None of us was really coming up with anything. And then that's when I came up with the chorus, I just came up with that. And I was toying around. I was thinking about I wanted to do like a jingle that'll easily be catchy and stick in people's heads. No matter if you like it or not, it's gonna stick in your head. So once I did the chorus, laid down a reference, figured out where he was gonna go, cause I did my reference, so then he just went in and just kept punching in the whole verse, like top, just kept going and going and going. So his verse was done. So then it was just me just working on it, and then that's how that came about. So and how it came on the project was it wasn't gonna be on the project, like most people, like, so it wasn't even like actually a single. I mean, a single for the project. It was really just a single putting it out while I was working on Case Study Purple. It just so happened that when I kept making all the songs for Case Study Purple, it just like flowed for some reason, and then I just threw it on it. So it wasn't even supposed to be up there. It's supposed to be another song, and I took 2 songs off the album and then threw that one off, and it like literally filled that void that I was looking for with 2 songs.
Oh, that's
Yep, it was crazy, man. And I literally made it in this room, Case Study Purple, like in the room I'm in right now, like the whole project, like recorded myself with this mic, these speakers, everything. My producer came over and we just worked every single day on it.
Bro, that's awesome. History in the making right there.
Yeah, a lot of people think a lot went into it. And it's like even with the promo, I didn't really, like, it was all like like in-house. My brother, he does animations, he made it. So it literally just came together all in this house.
See, but that's the best thing to do, is to have a team that is all in-house with you, that wants to see the one thing, and that's to see you succeed.
Exactly. So it was dope. It was a dope experience. That's why I said I wish I recorded it, because, oh man, that's so sad. But it's cool. There's other stuff in the works that I gotta record. I'm gonna have recorded, so it's fine.
So why did you decide to have the song Hood Kid be the outro on the project, and then decide to have Maya come on the project, or come on?
Okay, so Hood Kid, basically what happened was my producer Dom San, he's a part of 841. He was making a beat, and I forgot what sound that is. I think it was just a preset that he got on one of the plugins, but he just was playing it, and he just was holding, I think he was holding one of the keys down, or a couple keys, and it just was doing that dum dum dum, like in the beginning. It just kept looping, and I was just like what the heck is that? And I was like, yo, keep that. So he kept it, and then that's when like the other stuff started coming in, the keys, and I was like, yo, this is hard. And then once he added the drums, I was like, this is it. I was like, nah, keep it going. And then that's when I started mumbling, I'm the best out here. I started mumbling that, and I'm like, that sounds dope. So I just laid it down. And then, I don't know, eventually, honestly, that whole thing, it's just the vibe of it felt like I should talk about something like that.
Yeah.
Without, like, talk about it, but with, like, it's weird. How I want it to be so minimum that anybody could get it. Not saying a lot, but saying a lot. Like, similar to how the Beatles do, how they made Abbey Road. And it's like very minimalistic, but it's like bigger than life, like that. So once I made it, I made that whole first verse, and then I had that bridge, and then I just had that open second verse. And I was just like, I don't really want to say nothing else. Like, I want to make this the outro, but I want to leave something that like sticks with people. You know what I mean? Like that people could be like, dang, when they hear the end of the song, and put them in another world. So when it came, I knew I wanted somebody with a vocal that's very intelligent, very like soft spoken, but kind of stern away, but elegant, where it's like you just like fall in love with the voice. And then my friend Maya, she's like a very good friend of mine. She doesn't do music, but she's like one of the like people that like put me on to a whole lot of music, like Tame Impala and all that. So I was like, I want to add her on it. So then we met downtown New Haven at the Green, right in front of the I came with the fountain. There we go, fountain. We met right there, and I told her to come there. I didn't tell her any questions either. That's the funny thing. No questions at all. So once we got there, she was like, what do you have to ask me? And I was just like, once she said that, I just hit voice memo and just let it record. And I was like, how do you feel about all like black kids dying, like just in general? I was like, not police brutality, not gun, like black, whatever, just straight up, like how they dying young. And then she was like, okay. And literally, so that whole thing is literally one take. That was like the first thing she said. Yes, the first thing she said. So I just kept it recording the whole time. So after that, bro, I was like, I just gave her a hug. I was like, bro, that was the perfect thing and like literally what I wanted. And it's just crazy how like exactly how I planned on it to sound, she exactly executed without me even telling her how to do it. She just did it.
Because it
And it
was
was
natural you doing it that way, just letting her be her and express herself the way she wanted to, and perfect, bro.
yeah, it was crazy. I probably did like one edit to her audio. It was probably like you know the little things when people say and like that, just cut it out, stuff like that. But it was basically all one take. So yeah.
Slit.
Oh, one more thing. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. That's another crazy part. The craziest thing. So the length that I had for that part for her, literally when I took the vocal and put it in, it fit perfectly in place. Like I told my producer, I said, put a lot of bars, like just stretch it out. Just stretch it out. And I was like, I don't know how long it's gonna be, like how long the vocal. And literally he stretched, like he said, I think it's enough. I said, bro, you didn't even look at the vocal yet. He said, bro, I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it like this. Basically, it was like I just don't want to do it no more. That's how he was basically saying, like, hey, listen, I did enough. Just try it. And literally once I dragged it, it just said perfect. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, it was the craziest thing ever, bro. But yeah. Oh, I wish I blogged everything. Oh, it's cool though. It's cool. I'm good.
Gotta get someone behind the scenes with a camera that like is a part of your in-house team just to capture all your moments. So then you can start doing like a docu-series on YouTube to grow your channel or something.
Yeah, I actually have a videographer right now to vlog everything and stuff like that. So there's definitely some content coming out. We got a lot of we're starting to build a lot of content up. So soon we're gonna have vlogs. I can say before the summer and it's gonna be a couple vlogs out or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then after this, like was it the same month? Yeah, it was February 26th when you released the drugged version of Case Study Purple. So for people that don't know, can you explain what that means and what you
Well, initially, I forgot to answer the question on the first time you brought up Case Study Purple. So to break down what Case Study Purple is, I feel a lot of people don't know what it means. Why I created it.
Okay, yeah.
I wanted to just, like I said, experiment earlier in one of the questions. I just wanted to test my boundaries, see how far I could go. And Yeezus actually inspired Case Study Purple. Like, I just listened to Yeezus nonstop. Al Sparrow from Travis was a huge inspiration also. And I'll probably say, who else was a huge? I think, 1975, Tame Impala, Frank Ocean. Those was like the rotation. Oh, and a lot of people don't know this, Trey Moore. A lot of people do not know this though. I didn't even tell Trey Moore this, but I was listening literally the whole album process. All I kept listening to rotation was Trey, Frank, Al Sparrow, Yeezus, and Tame Impala in 1975. The whole process. That's all I listened to. So yeah, so when I made it, it was supposed to be. So basically, the story is, it starts off with Madman of the People. Obviously, it's supposed to be a film. So how I made it was like it's a film.
Mm-hmm.
So the intro is supposed to be the intro track with the nemesis, like being introduced, and then that's why it sounds creepy. Then the next one, boy, the second song, that one is supposed to be like, you know how in movies they show the villain and then they show who the main character is.
Yeah.
And like they in high school and stuff. That's why that song is so like gritty and stuff. So basically it's a whole play. So when you keep going down and down, it's the whole play. So once I get drugged, of course, from the evil scientist, which is Nemesis, that's when the No Sleep comes on, because I'm at a party having fun. And then the next one comes in with the trip sequence is when the drug kicks in because I'm drugged by it. So that's when Go Home comes on because now I'm drugged and the whole rest of the takes get druggy, druggy, and druggy. So that's what happens. And then Hook Kick comes at the end because, you know, when you're drugged, you sober up and then now you see reality again. So that's when Hood Kick comes in. So literally it's a whole screenplay in a way. That's how I made it. So when you came, what was the question again? I just forgot because I had to.
Now that you explained Case Study Purple, like the original one, that kind of gives us a little bit more information about why you called it, quote unquote, the drugged version in its own case. So can you now explain about what a drugged version is and what you did to the project yourself?
Okay, perfect. I don't know. I think I just wanted. I always loved Slow and Reverb or like the Houston like
Yeah,
DJ Screw type of thing.
that's
Yeah,
what it reminded me of.
exactly. Yeah, I came across it because, well, I always came across it, but I never knew what it was called. Like I never really deep dive into it.
Yeah.
So when Travis dropped Astro World, that's when I started seeing a lot of slowed and reverbs of his stuff, like 90210 like that. And I was like, yo, I really like how slow it feels. So then I don't know, it just was like I think my producer brought it up. Dom. He was just like, yo, this just sounds like I think this jump would sound dope slow. And then I was like, we should try it out. Like, why not? So then I had my friend Danny, shout out to Danny. She does this stuff on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, so SoundCloud, where she just makes mixes just for fun like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give her a job. So then I just was like, here, I'm gonna give you all the songs. I gave her all the songs and said, just slow and reverb every song. And then I'm gonna pick the ones that sound the best because every song not gonna sound great slow and reverb. So every song on the project is the ones that I felt and a couple of the people in the team felt that were the best that would captivate the drug version. So yeah, that's why I did the drug version.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, little crazy mind I have, man.
Hey, that's those fan bases, man.
Yeah, it does actually. But yeah, man, that's really why I did it though.
You want your viewers and your just listeners to like really feel like they're on a journey with you, and I mean that with the music as well as outside of it when you're interacting on social media, all that. But like the music, when like going to Kid Cudi Man on the Moon, when you felt like you were with him on the Man on the Moon, like come on.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I feel like I accomplished because a lot of people have told me I wanted Case Study Purpose to feel like you was on a drug trip, literally. Like that's literally how I want people to feel. And it's funny because a lot of people used to ask me questions like, bro, did you like do this? And I was like, nah, bro. Like I was literally like sober the whole time. Like I didn't like me and our producer didn't touch anything. Like we just was living life regularly. So people just like, that makes no sense, bro. Like how you make them just like, bro, I don't know. We just like weird stuff. We just was toying around with stuff. And then yeah, that's really how it was. So that's how it came about.
You're looking at it like you're a writer or director and you're like making a story, not so much making a just like your real life right now. You're like, no, this is the story of what you said, a screenplay. It basically set out to be like.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a screenplay. And we were actually planning on making a short film for it, actually. But obviously the virus kicked in, so it disrupted a lot of stuff. But yeah, that was actually in the works. We was actually going to do a short film. Like it was supposed to be shot, actually out already. It was supposed to be shot and done, but you know, life happens, things happen. So who knows? Maybe down the road we may actually do it. I don't know.
Oh, keep it in mind.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep it in mind because I think that'd be cool. I think people, the more and more the fan base come, I feel like the more and more they go back into my catalog and hear that album, they probably will appreciate like if I did do a short film for it. So,
And the biggest thing that I've been seeing is like Ian Matthews says this a lot. It's really good to keep pushing your music beyond the first week or month of release. Like it's okay to be pushing one song, one video for 8 months, 1 year after. So it's okay to still release the video and give it a second.
wait, say that again.
Basically, you get like a second life. Like it's okay to keep pushing with new music or I mean the same music or the same video because let's say you push a song for 7 months and then you drop the video, then it kind of another whole life.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely would do that though. It's definitely been talks and it's still always in talk. do a short film for. So yeah, people could definitely like expect, but don't expect it, because who knows when that will happen. You know, things happen. Who knows, I could blow up tomorrow or something like that, and then won't have time to make one. So who knows? We'll see. It's up in the air though.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
direction, sound, how you
Say that one more time. It was breaking up.
talk about the direction you're heading with your new music and your sound.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know where it's heading right now, because literally, I have so many different sounds in like my hard drive right now on my computer, like from West Coast stuff to like Atlanta stuff to freaking rave sounding stuff. Like, it's so much different stuff. Like, I don't even know. Like, planning on working on an electronic sounding album. That was the thing. I know people probably hearing this probably like, oh shoot, we probably actually want to hear that. So I'm kind of mad that I said that, but yeah, I actually have a lot of songs like that. Who knows? I may drop it as an EP soon. Who knows? I don't know. We gotta see, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I can definitely say it's very experiment and it's very different than what you heard from Bandit and Case Study Purple, because I noticed that with my music, every time I release something, it's always better. Like, you know what I mean? It's always something about it is new. Like, something is different. It's nothing is literally the same. So I could say the new stuff, you could definitely hear the growth and see I'm getting more comfortable with myself and my whatever I create. So yeah, I can't really pinpoint of really where it's going. It's just, I'm just letting it be free. That's really it. Just create.
Nice. So what memory comes to mind when I say the name Trauma?
You say name what?
When I say the song Trauma.
Oh, Trauma? Trauma, man. Oh my gosh. That was a crazy time. That was when I literally was trying to be like Travis Scott. Like, oh man, that's when I used to listen to Travis Scott. Like, when I wake up all the way till I go to sleep, I'll fall asleep listening to Travis Scott. So I was so engulfed with Travis. Trauma, it took so long to make because I wanted it to sound just like Travis subconsciously, and so it would never come out. So when it finally came out, I was so hyped because it was like my first song, and it was the first song I released under Chace Freeman. So it was just like the beginning. So I was just like, yo, this song is out. I don't know if people gonna like it. I don't know nothing, because before I used to have my old artist name used to be Jay Hunter, and used to have SoundCloud songs, like release a song every week. I took all those songs down. People was mad. So coming out of nowhere, it was just like, oh, this is a whole new person, and now he changed his sound. So yeah, it was interesting. I actually hate that song now though. Like, you know how it is being an artist.
I do. You always are like, oh, my old songs aren't as good, because you can see the things that you need to work on. So you're like, oh no, check out my new song. It's so much better. Because
literally, yo, when people tell me that, yo, I love Trauma, I'm like, why? Like, that song is horrible.
Let me show you another one. Like, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, what, bro? Like, I'm not trying to. Nah, they like play Trauma. I'm like, if you play that song, I swear I will fight you right now. Like, no, like, I do not want to hear that song. That's why I took it down from Apple. I still left it on SoundCloud though, 'cause I know people still like it.
Yeah.
So I left it somewhere so people still can hear it. And plus, so any new fans or whatever in the future or now, they could go back and hear the growth. So I didn't want to take it down completely. So same thing with Sauce. Same exact thing.
So what comes to mind with Sauce?
That song is very interesting too, because Autotune made that one also. I heard it on their site, on their beat page. And I was like, oh, this is dope. You know, bought it, recorded over it. Fun fact, that verse for the song is actually supposed to be for another song that this artist, I'm not going to say his name, said I could hop on the song. Hopped on the song, did my part, sent it to him, and then he ended up dropping the song the next day without my verse, but with somebody else's verse. So it was like, why did you even tell me to record if you had somebody else already on it? And you didn't tell me, and you told me the verse was hard, and was like, I might use it. And then the next day you drop a full out mix and mastered song with artwork and everything. It's like what? Like, bro, that's crazy. I'm so glad I did not like pay or something like that. Like, it was the craziest thing ever. But yeah, so then that verse I just had it. So then once I heard that song, I just was sitting there, I came up with the chorus, and then I just took the verse and then tried it out, and it fit perfectly. And I was just like, all right. It was a better, in my opinion, it sounded better on that song than it did with the other song anyway. So I was like, I ain't really lose, but I still didn't like that situation. So yeah, it was like, that's stupid. I hated it. Don't ever do that if you're an artist. You got somebody on something, let them know what the deal is instead of actually just like saying one thing and this whole other thing. And then, yeah, don't do that. It's not professional.
Everything that needs to be said is, if this is a business, so act like a businessman.
Exactly. That was so trash, but it's whatever.
What about Harlem?
Harlem, that was, it was like I forgot, I don't even remember when did I release Harlem? Do you remember? When?
June 4th, 2019.
Okay, word, dang.
So
You really lose track. So yeah, how that came about was I was on, it's a Cali producer, his name is Derek. That's like my guy. He I connected with him through Dom. He had that beat. Derek also made the Energy beat. Fun fact. So I loved his beats ever since then. Yeah, I heard the Harlem beat. It was actually an ASAP Rocky, Playboy Cardi type beat on his beat page. And when I heard it, I was like, oh, this is dope. And then that was around the time when I started going to not Harlem, going to New York a lot. So I was just like, dang, I have like ASAP Rocky is one of my inspirations. So I was like, I like Harlem. So I was like, let's just call it Harlem. You know, the type beat is called that, and it's like an ASAP Rocky beat, so I should call it Harlem. So yeah, so it's not like about Harlem, because most people ask me that, like, are you from Harlem or is it about Harlem? No, it's not. It's just a name of the song because the type beat, and I couldn't think of a name, and that's what I saved it as. So yeah, that's how Harlem came about. That's another song I don't really like, but I like the beat because that song was very lazy of me, and it was just the most generic thing, and I hate generic stuff, like when it comes from me. So I was just like, I don't really like it, but I kept that on Apple and stuff because it doesn't. If somebody play it, it don't make me cringe. So I was like, all right, I can keep that.
Okay. What about Dominate? Last one.
Dominate. Oh man, that song is freaking amazing. I love that song, bro. Man, and it's funny because when I dropped it on the on SoundCloud, it's literally the rough. Like literally, I recorded it and then like dropped it, and I had that song for like months because I met Mike Hector. Mike Hector, he works with. He got a couple placements with Kendrick on Damn God. He did some of the things. Kyle Cobain, he worked on. Yeah, he got so much, like, he got a lot of placements on his belt. And yeah, me and him became cool, you know, over time. Then I met him in New York it was Fashion Week actually when I met him. Linked with him, and then Link was with him the whole day, and then randomly I was actually at Ian Francis' studio. Mm-hmm. That's where I met him at. And so we were just sitting there chilling, and then it was probably literally because I had to take the train home, and it was the last train. It came at 12:29 a.m. I remember. No, I'm lying. It came at 1-something a.m. and I remember that jump. So literally 20 minutes before, I showed him that I was in the Travis Scott documentary, like in one quick scene. So he was like crying, like, bro, why are you in this documentary? Why is everything Travis is involved in somehow you're in the thing? I was like, bro, I don't know, but you fans, like, you know what I mean? That's just how it is. So then I just was like, yo, let's cook up a beat. And he was like, all right, cook the beat up. Literally cooked the beat up in front of me. Then I had to run and catch the train, emailed it to me, and then the next day I recorded Dominant, and I just had it sitting in the vault for like literally ever since last year. Yeah, last year, because I met him, Fashion Week was in August 3rd, I believe. So yeah, I had that for like ever since August, and I just recently dropped it. So yeah. everybody been
one.
Yeah, everybody I know been pressing me about that. Even this guy Max, I know he works at RCA. He also was like, when you dropping this song, I was just like, bro, I don't know. He was like, if you don't drop this song, I'm gonna drop it. And I was just like, nah, bro. So, and I'm not signed to RCA. I had to clear that up. Had to clear it up right now. I know people are gonna be like, wait, he said RCA.
So would you sign, or are you gonna stay independent if you are given the stance on that?
Up in the air. I know eventually I will. Like to a label. I don't know. I don't know who. It's just up in the air. But I haven't had like any meetings and nothing like that. It's just like somebody I connected with type of thing, you know? Something like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so my next question is, if you could collaborate with an artist, dead or alive, who would they be and why? And then you can also add on top of that a producer to do the track for you.
Okay, so a producer to do a beat for me, definitely Pharrell. I want for the Neptunes, either Pharrell or both of them, him and Chad. Doesn't either one. Okay. That's definitely the producer. I know with them. I know they're gonna get the beat right. Cause I love weird beats and whatever, so I know they'll get it right. I don't have to stress. They could literally send me a pack, and I know I like ones, like probably all of them. So definitely them. Does it have to be one artist or multiple artists?
One artist.
One. Probably would be. Dang, now I'm trying to think now. That's a lot, because it's a lot of people I want to work with. That's tough. All right, give me a genre. That would be better if you could give me a genre.
Just strictly go with hip hop rap.
Hip hop, like that. I'll probably say Cudi.
Cudi and Pharrell, or Cudi and both Neptunes.
Yep, Cudi and Neptunes. Like Neptunes take the beat, me and Cudi work like collab. I feel like that would be interesting.
I can see that. So my next question is, if you had the world's attention for 30 seconds, what would you say to them and why?
Honestly, just everybody be themselves. Stop caring about what other people think, because I feel like too many people nowadays care about. I feel like social media is the reason though why people care about so much what people think. Because I feel like before social media, like people care, but it was kind of like if you did something weird, you just did something weird. You know what I mean? Now people are able to constantly comment on your life, like no matter what. Only time people is able to comment on your life is if they seen you. So yeah, it's annoying. Like everything you post, somebody have to have an opinion on. Like, bruh, you don't have to have an opinion for everything. So just be yourself, ignore what people think. Like, just stay true to you. That's really what I was saying in 30 seconds.
Right. What advice do you have for somebody that would be starting music right now? Not like an artist producer, just an artist.
Any artist off rip, honestly. I know this is so cliche, but literally just be yourself. Be yourself, and another thing people don't say is learn. A lot of people don't, like, I know that a lot of people in interviews and stuff, they don't say that a lot, but learning and actually exploring and understanding the craft you're getting into, that plays a big role, because XXXTentacion, he said it on, I forgot what interview it was. Oh, this is No Jumper interview. That was like his first interview before he like blew up. Yeah. He said that unless, like, he was like, most people try to create new stuff, but you can't create new stuff if you don't learn the old stuff. That's how, because the new stuff you're trying to create is going to be inspired by the old stuff. Why don't you go back in time, just learn how to write lyrics like how the old people, like Wu-Tang, just listen to it, just so you can understand, like, okay, this is the foundation of where rap came from. So then once you do that, just take all that and twist it into it you want it to, and then you can do what you want. And I was just like, yeah, that makes sense. And that's when I started doing. So definitely like learn as much as you can. If you want to, like, say if you want to sing, you can't sing, still try it out. You know what I mean? Don't be scared. So basically just be fearless. That's really what I'll tell them.
I like that. Well, that's
Yeah.
So what's next for you as an artist?
Say one more time.
As an artist.
Oh, hold on. Say it's breaking up.
What is next for you?
Oh, what is next? Well, right, I got like an announcement that's gonna come out. I have a new single that I have to drop. That's coming out. That's coming out in July, like early July. I think early July. Did I say that? See, I'll be losing track of all my dates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe early July. Yeah, early July. That's coming out.
Okay, so that's
yeah.
relatively.
Say that again.
That's relatively.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty close. Couple weeks from now. I could also say, because by the time this come out, everything's gonna be out already. So I'm actually working with former president of Good Music, Chace Pope. I'm partnering up with him with this release and any other release. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy. So that's why, like, when you say you're gonna do this interview, I was like, ooh, it's perfect. Like, everything's just coming together how it needs to come. So yeah, man. So it's a lot of crazy stuff that's about to happen right now, man. So you the first to actually hear it too. A lot of people don't know that I didn't tell nobody. Only people that know is my team and probably like a couple friends, but anybody like in the scene and stuff, nah, a lot of people don't know that I'm working with him. I kept it on the hush for the longest.
That's beautiful. I appreciate that.
No doubt, bro. I gotta do it through CT. Come on, man. Y'all be supporting, man.
Hell yeah, bro. And now I'm finally back with this shit so I can finally start supporting even more. And I was just like, all right, who haven't I interviewed that, like, been needing an interview for a while? So I was like, Chace. And that's why I was like, I instantly hit you up at a thing.
Yeah, it's funny because it literally worked out because I was sitting here trying to think of more ways like, I need like something else. And it was funny, I was thinking about hitting you up for an interview. Like, we should do an interview, and then you already hit me up. I was like, oh, that's perfect. I was like, dang, everything really coming together. Yeah, the video shoot was supposed to be yesterday. We pushed it back for the new track is called Catch Up. That's a new single. I was supposed to shoot the video yesterday, but it's rescheduled. It'll be dope if you could pull up to it, man.
Just let me know the information, bro.
Oh, definitely. I gotta hit you with the DM, man. I got you. It's gonna be dope, man. So it's gonna be a vibe.
All right. So, all right. Now we're gonna go in looking a little bit farther than July. Where do you see 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years? Starting with
1 year. Is that what you said? Okay. So 1 year, if you're speaking relatively next year, personally, I mean, obviously I'm an artist, I have confidence, so I feel like I'm gonna be in another like level. Yeah. You know what I mean? I could see myself probably not in Connecticut, probably move to either New York or Cali, maybe. Still, always letting people know where I'm from. You know what I mean? I don't ever like tell people I'm not from, like, you know what I mean, somewhere. I always like telling people. So continue that. Help seeing myself helping, putting on other artists from CT, stuff like that. You know, for 1 year, 5 years. You know, of course, legendary. That's what everybody gonna say. 5 years, I'm gonna be legendary. I spent 5 years working hard, building where I'm at now. The next 5 years, it's just that. And I got, that beat is bugging. And another thing is probably execution for the next 5 years. Even the next year, for 1 year, execution. Literally. That's it, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what about 10?
10? Honestly, to be realistic, whatever comes. Yeah. That's honestly whatever blessings. even if it's not blessings, honestly, I'm the type of person that I just believe that everything happens for a reason. Everybody has this particular plan. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's even with the 5 years. Like, even though I said I'm gonna be legendary, like, you know, that's just for everybody. But you never really know what exactly is gonna happen. You know what I mean? So whatever happens, it just happens. You just gotta stay 10 toes down, no matter what. Be open to whatever happens. If it's bad or good, just know that it's something positive that could come out of it. So yeah, that's really what I could say.
So,
Yeah. So more of a now type of person.
Yeah, no, I completely feel that. And I think that's the biggest thing that you got to do. You got to stop, smell the roses, actually understand, like, to live in the now and not live in the past or live in the future because, you know,
Yeah.
you got now.
Exactly. So yeah, that's really it, man. I just live by now. Like, of course, I do have steps, like plans ahead, like just in case, like say, like this record comes out. All right, if it blows, all right, I know what we gonna do, like stuff like that. But not like, okay, 10 years, I'm gonna have this. And I feel like a lot of people just, I feel like that's embedded into a lot of our heads to feel like you have to know what the heck you want to do it with 5 years like this. Like, nah, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's okay to say I don't know. That's still an answer. I don't know. It's better than lying and say, oh yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. No lying. Like, tell somebody straight up, nah, I don't. They'll honestly respect that more, even though you will get the response. But you need to know, like, man, whatever, bro. Like, listen, you ain't know, so you ain't know until you was this age. So don't chastise me and come at me because I don't know what I want to do yet. Like, everybody have their own path. You know what I mean? You just thought of your path quicker than me. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. Yeah. Just take your time, man. Do what you gotta do.
Exactly. So, all right. Before we end the interview, is there any other last thoughts you have or people you want to shout out before we end?
Definitely shout out A41. Definitely my team. We solid over here. You know what I mean? I'm proud I actually built the people that I got. You know what I mean? It's been a journey. Shout out to Taji. Definitely, he's back. He's about to drop his own material. He's been on hiatus for a minute, but he's about to drop his own material. He just shot a video and everything. So definitely shout out to him. Shout out to my engineer Vaughn. Trey Moore. Definitely, that's my I'm like such a fan of him. Like, even though I see, like, I'm cool with him, it's still just like, yo, this dude is just like amazing. Like,
great.
Yes, like another person that I got a shout out. People gonna be so surprised. Guess who produced the catch up track for me?
Who?
Nick Rose.
Really?
Yes, he did. He produced the track for me. A lot of you do not know that, so definitely a big shout out to Nick Rose. So yeah, so even the good music dude know him now. He was like, he want to connect with him now.
Bro, that's perfect. He's a really hard worker, so I'm glad that you two have connected because, like, you guys got the similar drives.
Yeah, that's my brother. That's my brother, man. He, oh my gosh, we even got memories. Like, we only met each other twice, but the phone calls we have, bro. Oh man, it's like comical, bro. It's always something dumb that happens. Like he's like the king of. I don't know why. Every time he calls me, he's like the king of the phone dying while on the phone. Like, literally, he'll be talking, and next thing you know, just shut off. And I'm like, bro. Next thing you know, he called me on his laptop like this, like, don't say nothing. And I'm just like dying. I'm like, bro, why are your phone always dying when you're on the phone with me? Yo, Nick Rose I love Nick Rose to death, bro. That's my brother. Like, he already know once it stuff pop up with me, he good in my book. If stuff pop off with him, I'm good in his book. It's like that level. Like, that's my boy.
And anybody else, or is that it?
My bad. I was so caught up. Nick Rose is my guy. Let me see. Shout out my boy Vic. For real, because he was there from day one, like literally day one when I first said I wanted to do music, even before. So shout out to him. Yeah, for top of my head, that's really all the. Oh, definitely shout out to Say Kerr off tune for Case Study Purple. You know what I mean, for having production on that. Definitely, that was dope. Shout out, yeah, everybody in the process, man. That's all I could think on the top of my head right now.
I appreciate you coming on.
No, definitely, man. Been waiting for a while to do this interview, man. It came at a perfect time, so that's what's up, man.
We can see this rollout plan you have coming along for what catch up, right?
hmm
I'm excited. Just hit me with any details.
Hey, I'll send you the song actually after this. I'll send it to you. That's how you can hear it before everybody. Or once we're done with the interview, we can stay on here and I could just show you it.
All right, bet.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably just stay on it and show you it. See your first reaction.
All right, see it live. All
definitely.
right. This ends episode 86 of The Breakthrough. Thank you, guys.